There's been a lot made about the quality of PlayStation Plus free game offerings, and today we have a pretty interesting video. We're gonna go back and take a look at the best PlayStation Plus free game months so far, namely the 10 best, and what you'll notice is that the majority of these months that we'll feature are from 2018. So I think it's safe to say that Sony has stepped up their game quite a bit recently. Now I do know Plus goes all the way back to the PS3 days, but for the simplicity of this video and the fact that the majority of you are PS4 owners exclusively, we're only gonna be looking at the PS4 offerings, and this will just be in chronological order from when the months happen. And it's always good to give a little bit of context with each month, because a month from 2015 might not hold the same credence as if that same month was to happen now, because those games have aged, maybe they depreciated in price, so on and so forth. So I'll try to give you guys that little bit of extra context that is needed. With that out of the way, let's get right into this, and the first month I want to mention is February 2015 with Transistor, Rogue Legacy, and Apotheon. Now none of these games really act as that AAA big budget game, but these are some excellent indie titles. Transistor is a game by Supergiant Games, the guys that also did Bastion. This was their second game ahead of Pyre, and Transistor many would say is their weakest game. However, that doesn't really say much considering all of their games have been really good, but to get it as a part of Plus, that was a great addition, and at that point of February 2015, Transistor was a relatively recent release, so having it as a freebie was definitely nice. Rogue Legacy was a little bit longer in the tooth if you actually go back and look at its PC release. However, this is still one of the most iconic indie games of all time, and it's one of the most iconic roguelike experiences that you're gonna find, so to get that as a freebie, that was great as well. So those two games were definitely nice additions, and Apotheon's a game not a lot of people know about, but to get it on top of Transistor and Rogue Legacy, which I think those two games alone already make a very good month, I would say that February 2015 was a definite positive. Next up, we have July 2015, and that brought with it Rocket League, Styx Masters of Shadows, and Entwined. Now that is a ridiculously awesome month, and let me contextualize it for you guys. Rocket League was released in July of 2015 on the PlayStation 4. So right away, it was offered as a PlayStation Plus freebie. Now I have to say that no one was really expecting Rocket League to be the incredible mainstream success that it was. It just kind of turned out that way, but still it was a $19.99 release, and given the fact that if you're smart with buying PlayStation Plus, you can get it for $4 and change a month, to get a fully priced $19.99 release is pretty incredible, and given the fact that it did turn out to be such an incredible mainstream blockbuster, retroactively, you kind of have to hold July 2015 to an even higher regard. Styx Masters of Shadows is a pretty cool stealth game as well, and Entwined is a nice little indie title as well. So July 2015, yes, it's highlighted by Rocket League, but you also get Styx Masters of Shadows, you also got Entwined. That was a fantastic month. Now here's the period right after Rocket League where I think PlayStation Plus just went down the toilet, because you didn't really have any real notable months until July 2016. So that entire year, there were a few okay months here and there, like August 2015 was okay with Limbo and Sound Shapes. November 2015 was alright with The Walking Dead Season 2 and Magicka Season 2, but nothing as notable as a Rocket League or a month with Transistor and Rogue Legacy. But then July 2016 came about, and we got FURI and Saints Row 4 Gat Out of Hell. And this was once again just like July 2015. While FURI didn't become as notable of a game as Rocket League, it was still very good, and just like Rocket League, this was a game that released in July of 2016. I believe it released at a $19.99 or $24.99 price point, and you just got it with your PlayStation Plus subscription, so right away it's hard to be displeased with this month. And then you also got Saints Row 4 Gat Out of Hell. At that point, that game is relatively cheap, but to get that on top of FURI, that's a pretty notable game as well. And that's why I would say that July 2016 was a great month as well. Now, after July 2016, we once again had this notable dead period where you didn't get a lot of great months. Just to go over some of them that were okay, September 2016 had Journey and Lords of the Fallen. October 2016 had Resident Evil Remastered and Transformers Devastation. May 2017 had Tales from the Borderlands and Obzu, but nothing really that notable until October 2017 that brought within Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain and the Amnesia Collection. Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain was a return to getting a real notable AAA experience as a part of PlayStation Plus, and October 2017 was a month that so many gamers were happy with, because at the time, MGS5 was still going for around $20 to $30, so that's a very notable game. I know at that point a lot of gamers had already owned the game, but still, for those of you that didn't, that was a great incentive, and you could have gotten away with just giving away Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. That's a notable game, but you also got the Amnesia Collection. Those are two very good survival horror games, so to get that on top of MGS5, a definite high point for PlayStation Plus. And then we rolled on into 2018, and you're gonna see the months just continue to build upon one another, and we have some rather good months. January 2018 brought with it Deus Ex: Mankind Divided and Batman the Telltale series. Now, I know some people are right away turned off by the Telltale games, and I don't really know why. Batman the Telltale series, while I wouldn't say is as good as The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us, it's a pretty good Telltale experience. However, it does cater towards a subsect of the gaming community, and given the fact it's Batman and it's Telltale, if you like both of those experiences, well then that was gonna be right up your alley. But Deus Ex: Mankind Divided was yet another AAA experience headed over to Plus. Now, I wasn't as big of a fan as Mankind Divided as I was Human Revolution, but it was still a very good game, and I think a game that a lot of people missed out on. And if you look at how this game did commercially, the facts will kind of back that statement up. This game was one that did falter a little bit on the commercial side of things, so for it to have more exposure through PlayStation Plus, I thought that was a great idea. And as a Plus month, I think getting Mankind Divided and Batman the Telltale series is quite good. Then we rolled on into March 2018, which I think at this point is still the best PlayStation Plus month ever, and that's because you got two top-tier PlayStation 4 exclusives in Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank. You could have gotten away with just offering one of those two games, however, to get Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank, that is absolutely insane. Kind of set the bar a little bit too high for PlayStation Plus game offerings, because the following months, while they were good, they weren't quite as good as getting a Bloodborne and getting a Ratchet and Clank. Again, it's easy to say those are two of the best games this entire generation, especially in the case of Bloodborne. To me, that was the first true system-selling PlayStation 4 exclusive, and to get it as a PlayStation Plus freebie, that was fantastic. And Ratchet and Clank is a franchise that so many people are nostalgic with. Maybe you missed out on this remake while it was offered as a Plus title, so that was a great incentive as well. Even to this day, Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank, after the release of God of War and Marvel's Spider-Man, are seen as two of the best PS4 exclusives, so no matter which way you slice it, March 2018 was just an incredible month for Plus subscribers. May 2018 was another very good month with Beyond Two Souls and Rayman Legends. Now, I know not a lot of people are fans of Beyond Two Souls, however, I do like to give them a couple points with using Beyond Two Souls to promote the release of Detroit Become Human. As I said, I do like to contextualize these things for you. May 2018 was when Detroit Become Human was released, and to give gamers a Quantic Dreams experience, I thought was definitely a smart move. I thought it would have been even smarter to offer Heavy Rain instead of Beyond Two Souls. Heavy Rain was offered a few months later, so not too big of a deal. However, still cool of them to offer Beyond Two Souls, and Rayman Legends is a fantastic platformer. I remember when this month was unveiled, I was very high on it because I knew how good of a platformer Rayman Legends was, and it seemed like the gaming community just didn't get that. They just saw Rayman Legends and they just thought it was some cartoony platformer not worth their time. Don't get it twisted, Rayman Legends is absolutely awesome, and to get that and Beyond Two Souls, I would say that May 2018 was a very good month. Now, I said that March 2018 was the best month, however, June 2018 was right up there with it, as you got three games. You got XCOM 2, Trials Fusion, and Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, that is a killer month. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was kind of a surprise add-on. Sony just announced that at E3, and then it was added on to June's offering, so I don't know if you really want to count that. However, it did appear as a part of the June Plus lineup, so I think you kind of have to include it. And XCOM 2 is a fantastic game, and a game that even on sale goes for like $20. And then Trials Fusion is yet another Trials game. Yes, it's more of the same, but get a Trials experience as a Plus title, that's definitely a good thing. And Black Ops 3 rounding things out, I think is very good. I think Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is one of the better Call of Duty games in recent memory, and that makes June 2018 a rather good month. Next up, we have August 2018. That came with Mafia 3, Dead by Daylight, and Here They Lie for PlayStation VR. I've talked about Mafia 3 on this channel quite a bit, a game that I was so excited for back in 2015, I believe. Unfortunately, it didn't really live up to my expectations, but my expectations were so high because I played Mafia 2 and I adored that game. And now when Mafia 3 was being promoted as an open world game, I was like, man, the potential is really limitless. However, it did falter in some of the gameplay elements, although the storytelling, voice acting, character development, those things were absolutely on point, and it still makes it a very notable game. And as a Plus title, it's fantastic. And Dead by Daylight's a pretty notable multiplayer game as well, and I think it's so great when you offer these more niche multiplayer experiences as Plus titles, because then it's an easy sell to all of your friends. Chances are all of your friends have PlayStation Plus to play online games. You're all gonna download it and you're all gonna enjoy it together, and that's gonna make the experience better. So August 2018 really nailed that, as it offered you a quality single player experience, but then you also got a multiplayer experience on top of that, and you you got a PSVR experience with Here They Lie to round things out, so super good month with August 2018. And lastly, the most recent month, September 2018, brought with it Destiny 2 and God of War 3 Remastered. Now, I remember when September was announced, a lot of you guys were just upset at the thought of Destiny 2. You guys just hate on that game so much. But given the fact it's still a marquee release, and I do know it's a game a lot of you guys skipped out on, to have it as a PlayStation Plus title right ahead of the release of the most recent expansion, that was perfect timing, good promotional technique employed there, and to get God of War 3 Remastered on top of that, at this point in September, the majority of you probably played God of War on the PlayStation 4. For a lot of you guys, that might have been your first God of War game, and you might be interested where Kratos came from. Well, God of War 3 offered you that. Yes, a very different game than the 2018 God of War title, but a very good game in its own right, so you have to give September 2018 a thumbs up. So that's gonna conclude this video. I had a lot of fun going back and taking a look at some of the best PlayStation Plus free game months, and I know that a lot of you guys have been displeased with the PlayStation Plus game offerings, and don't get it twisted, I don't think we should be paying to play online. I just think that's inexcusable. I think online play should be absolutely free. We already bought our consoles. Online play should be a given. However, given the fact that we are binded into paying for PlayStation Plus, and since we do get these freebie titles, it's good to analyze them and see how they stack up for our $4 and change a month. And I think recently speaking, they have been stacking up quite well. So that's gonna conclude this video. Make sure you sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.